Hello all and welcome back to my channel, Drunk Crafts with Paige. I am Paige and this week I am drinking another one of those strawberry lemonade ciders. Not only do I collect things that I can put in resin, but really it's just a lot of craft projects in general. And a while ago, my older sister gave me this piece of wood. It's gorgeous. It's got some bark. It is a live edge piece, but it got flattened and sanded down in a really beautiful way. And it's just been sitting down here in my basement and I had no idea what to do with it. So this week we're gonna be trying something that's new, but also a little old. I follow this account called Freckle and Knot, and they do wood embroidery. It is so cool. They drill tiny little holes into the wood and essentially embroider it like a canvas, like a towel, like embroidery cloth. And I thought that was just so cool. And we've got this gorgeous flat piece of wood, and to really appreciate the wood and not just cover it in paint, we are going to be creating more like attempting, since I've never done this before, we're going to be trying out wood embroidery. So if you're interested in seeing this week's project, please continue watching. Here's our piece of wood. I did go ahead and draw on a design. It's just my last name with some curls, kind of twists up here, says Phil, and then swoops down here. I thought it made use of the piece of wood well. I'm not sure if I'll add any like flowers or decorations or anything to it, but right now our process is going to be very similar to the canvas embroidery we did, in which we drew the pattern on, or had our pattern, and then poked holes through the canvas. So right now we are going to take my drill. I do already have, if you can see this tiny dot right here, I attempted to drill with my hand drill and this piece of wood was too thick. It started to smoke. So we're using a big old drill, and the drill bit I have in is 3/32. I'm hoping this is small enough. We are just gonna kind of evenly space holes throughout my pattern. I do have a piece of wood down here that I can drill into and not ruin my table, but we're just gonna do that until our whole piece is covered in dots. Our board has all of its holes drilled into it. There are a couple places that I don't know, got a little wonky where the drill bit, I guess, kind of moved as I was trying to press down. But I went and also took some sandpaper to the top and to the back, especially the back. I had a lot of frayed bits from the drill bit pushing down through the wood over and over again. But there is our pattern. I am not gonna do any flowers or anything because my back is dead from leaning over to drill all these holes. So rather than adding flowers, we are going to compensate with fun thread colors. I have a burnt orange, a kind of sunshine goldy yellow, and then a brighter orange. And I think these three combined, doing 2 strands of each color to make 6, I think it will have like a really nice orangey combination blend. Our first stitch is done, and now I'm basically just gonna, I might go and back stitch through the whole thing, or if that doesn't look thick enough, I might chain stitch. So I'm just gonna stitch through all of my holes. You guys, our wood embroidery piece is finished, and I do have a couple of notes as this is my first time doing wood embroidery. First of all, I wrecked my back drilling all of the holes into this piece. I did not have a Dremel that was a decent size, and I think that would have been a lifesaver. I did go and use a chain stitch for this piece, and I was also a little bit more conscious of what was going on the back side of this. I really didn't want it to be too crazy because I wanted it to look nice and clean, and it is probably going to be hanging up on a wall. So I was a little bit more conscious of trying to make the whole back seem a little neater, which is not how my embroidery pieces usually are. Near the beginning of my letters, the string is still a little bit of a hot mess, but by the time I got to the final L and the curl, I had a pretty decent technique in knotting and making things look decently clean. I did also run out of the burnt orange color. It's one of my favorite colors right now, so that's probably why. But here is the finished piece. You can see that chain stitch. And I did like a super huge knot for the eye. And here's the back as well. Like I said, really didn't turn out too terrible. But here are some clips of this wood embroidery piece outside in the natural light. I think if I were to create a piece like this for a customer, I would have to be a little bit more careful as far as where I was actually drilling holes. There were a couple of times where the drill bit slipped a little and my holes weren't exactly aligned where they should have been, but I think this piece turned out great overall, and I really love the way the string looks up against this wood. I think this was a nice way to show off the piece of wood without ruining it, more or less. If you enjoyed this week's craft and video, feel free to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. I post crafting videos most Fridays, and if you're interested, I have links for my social media in the description box below. I'll see you guys all for the next one. Cheers!